Good evening and welcome to Terrace Talk. I'm your host King Bush, and we're back with another defeat. Lincoln 3, Rotherham United 0. Where do we go from here? It's a disgrace. The football club's a disgrace. The ownership's a disgrace. This result's a disgrace. The performances on the pitch have been a disgrace. I just don't get where we go from here. First half was an utter disgrace. Second half, at least some effort were put in, but it could have been 10. Let's be honest. We're not playing Real Madrid. We're playing Lincoln City, and yeah, they're on a good run, but this league is absolutely awful. I just want to start with the media again, trying to blame the fans because we actually dared to call Matt Amshaw out. I mean, it is embarrassing. The fans have every right to have called Matt Amshaw out. The performance weren't good enough. Statistically, he's the worst manager we've ever had in League One. The football were terrible. So what do you want the fans to do? This is Matt Amshaw's team. So it's not on Clark today. It's on the board. It's on Matt Amshaw. It's on Richard Wood. It's on Dale Tong. Clark has had one training session with the team, so you can't really put it all on him. I'll go through a couple of comments. Afternoon, Lee from John Sullivan. Afternoon, John. Dave Sandel says it could have been 10, and it could have been. I mean, we're talking about Ted Can being number one, and he's only number one because Dawson's the other goalkeeper. It's just not good enough. I mean, Paul Douglas's interview midweek was just absolutely embarrassing. I was embarrassed for him. He's just clueless. And I don't know. The man of the match is in the chat as well. I don't even know if we should have a man of the match. Oh dear. This is so hard to do, man. Honestly. I just don't know where we go from here. The players, they need to look in the mirror. You're playing against Lincoln and you've made them look like Real Madrid. It shouldn't really matter that Matt Amshaw's gone, that he ain't gone. You should be playing for personal pride, and I just don't see pride in that shirt from them players today. Sam Nombe, shadow of himself. For me, I thought Baptiste was probably man of the match. Yeah, just embarrassing. Just embarrassing. Appointment being made was too late. Today was a tricky game, but international break helps us now, hopefully. Yeah, he's got some time to work with the players. Changing the manager really worked. It's on his players. They showed no intent or no passion. Thought we played okay in spells, to be honest, but our defending is absolutely horrendous. It's worse than a Sunday League, pal. Clark will have noticed that. Yeah, totally agree with you. I can't disagree with anything you're saying. I just don't get where we go from here. Getting a lot of getting a lot of messages through. There seems to be a lag in the chat as well. Who was your man of the match? Get it in the chat. So far, we've got Baptiste at 42%, Watmore at 14%, James at 12%, Benson at 38%. So it's between Benson and Baptiste at the minute for man of the match, which I'd probably agree with. But Benson can't play full 90 minutes. Yeah, it's difficult when you're not being able to play that full minutes. Keegan, well, changing the manager really worked on its players, showed no intent or passion. Yeah, I think I've read that one out. Just pop back up again. Chat going a bit crazy. Next match will give us a better picture. Should have sacked Matt Amshaw a lot earlier. And I totally agree with that. I think that's a great comment because I think people, I mean, the media are a disgrace. I've heard Goodwin and Payne and all this saying, oh, who are they going to blame now? Who are they going to... This is Matt Amshaw's team, you absolute lemons. Do you know what I mean? Matt Amshaw built this shit side, yeah, with no passion. So what we're going to do, blame Clark after a training session, you absolute ferrets. Do you know what I mean? Who are they going to blame now? Well, I'll tell you who we're going to blame. The people that have been blamed all the way through it. This, as I've said, is on Paul Douglas, Tony Stewart, and that stupid weapon that's come in, Smith. What they're going to do, they're going to go on that other podcast and talk about which there's been the better pie or whatever, which pie they've eaten that week. Is that what they're going to discuss? Because it's an absolute joke. They won't go on and get challenged properly. It's even Paul Douglas. He said, oh, man, the interview with Paul Douglas, if that doesn't set alarm bells ringing that our football club is run like a backstreet car garage, then I don't know what is. Like, really, honestly. The football club is a mess. They treat the fans like utter shit. We're playing top 3 tickets for bottom 3 football. And they just don't care about the fans, yeah? They're telling you, oh, we're going to speak to the fans. We'll go on a podcast that gets about 800 views, like, per view. We won't go on the one that's got over 5,000 views because, obviously, they'll ask me some difficult questions. You morons. You absolute morons. You will not answer the questions because you have got no answers for them. Scott Kent and the commentary today was discussing from Les and Goodwin. Yeah, totally agree. That's what I was just talking about. So them 2 weapons basically saying, blaming the fans. Who they're going to blame now because Matt Amshaw can't be blamed for today. Well, he can because it's his fucking team, you absolute weapons. Do you not realise? Imagine you were still blaming Steve Evans halfway into this season. Let alone not on his first fucking game when it wasn't his team. Think he drops Can now, the own goal, except Baptiste for me, man of the match, I think John's saying. Danny, evening Bushy, yeah, embarrassing display. Only 1 training session for Clark against best team in the league. I follow commentators, absolutely embarrassing. Almost feel like Matt Amshaw being so bad was a blessing for the higher ups in the club because the blame can't be deflected to them. No wonder they kept hold of him so long. And that's a great point from Danny, because that's why I believe he was kept so long. Because how long is it before you sack manager after manager after manager before you think, actually, it might not be the fucking manager? I mean, this manager, Matt Amshaw, yeah, you could see tactically fucking gone. But other managers, Liam Richardson, he's showing what he can do at the team he's at now. Evans done it before. Some of them just bad decisions as managers. Taylor, bad decision. Redford, bad decision. But Paul Douglas isn't bright enough to come up with any replies to Rob. So Rob were pushing the narrative, oh, you've had this. Listen, most teams have the amount of managers we do. If you're a yo-yo club, that's what we are. If you go up, you go down. Going up, good results. Going down, bad results. So there's going to be a manager churn there. But Sheffield United have had more managers than us in the last 10 years. That's a fact. Yeah. So you're chatting nonsense yet again. And you also didn't sack all of them managers either. So you're the representative from our club. And I can tell you, you didn't sack Paul Warne. He left for more money. So that's not on the club. Yeah. You didn't sack Kenny Jackett. He walked out. Whether that's on the club or not, because we don't know the reason why he walked out, is another matter. And Neil Warnock didn't extend his contract when it had run out. So they're not on the club. Yeah. The ones that are on the club are Taylor, Richardson, and that sort. Matt Amshaw, which has been a disaster. But let's be honest, a lot of the fans wanted Matt Amshaw. So would you really put that even on the club? The fans were asking for Matt Amshaw. So I don't know. Some of these players were Fat Steves too. Smith. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Smith will be the chairman next year, so things will change. Yeah. And if his assessment on football is anything to go by, we'll see you in the conference, mate. Don't hold Backbush, brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, how can you? How can you not? Clark out, only joking. Stephen, this game will be time to make a fair assessment with 2 weeks. Working with the players, up the Millers. PS, great boozers in Lincoln. Yeah, enjoy your drink in Lincoln, mate. I think you'll need one after that football. Hi and bye. Just showing up, no opinion. Hi and bye. Okay. Nice to see us get the ball down, actually play football. Our lack of creativity in the final third will be our undoing. Lincoln was everything we should be. Quick, pressing, pace, and well organised. That's from Chris Watson, 6277. And I agree with Chris, actually. I think I did say it pre-season, like, you've got to have a mixture of youth and experience. And I think Lincoln did it perfectly. They've got that mixture of youth, they press, they get stuck in. Very much like the teams what we've got promoted out of this league with. You don't need all the fancy football at this level. You've seen it's a crap league. But you do need some experience. And some of the signings they made were brilliant. And that's the reason why they're going up and we're not. We just signed kids. Somebody earlier said Big Steve's had some of his players in that squad. Yeah, probably the better players, to be honest. Big Steve's players are generally the better players. Unfortunately, maybe Kelly not. His legs are gone, but he was one of the better players today. He weren't that bad. We're doing everything on the cheap for years. He's finally catching up on Rotherham. Yeah, totally agree. You pay cheap, that's what you get. Look at Watford. They've been off loads of managers. Yeah, I mean, we're not even close to being the worst. We had actually one of the longest serving managers in the Football League in Paul Warne. I think he was there 6-7 years. It was one of the longest serving ones. So, look, Rob Staten, he just doesn't get it. He doesn't care. He's a Wednesday fan anyway. My gripe is at these Warnertons, you know, the ones that think Matt Amshaw were Paul Warne reincarnated. That's my gripe. Our media that have been complicit in not asking Matt Amshaw the correct questions. They've allowed the chairman to not have an interview in 2 years. Yeah, the board wheel out Douglas in his wheelchair, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. So I mean, that's what we're with. And the media have allowed that. And today, again, showing up for what they really are, just a bunch of scumbags. I mean, that Matt Goodwin's a Barnsley fan anyway. So I don't know what he does commenting on Rotherham, but he's not a Rotherham fan. So he can piss off to Barnsley. In fact, take Woody, take Tong, take Amshaw, fuck all them off to shitty Barnsley with you, mate, because that's where you belong. Putting it on the supporters. Them supporters who sold their away end out again, by the way. Yeah? Singing all game. For what? A bunch of wankers that can't put any effort in. a team that's lost of ideas, lost of any sort of ability? And is it the players putting their fingers up at the club because they're just fed up with the club? I don't know. Paul Davis trying to tell people that Sam Nombe was happy to stay because Matt Hamshaw was the manager. Shut up, you tool. No, he wasn't. He wanted to go. And his performances after January have proven that. They've proven he doesn't want to be here. But you feed us this narrative and this bullshit. And the club try to rip the fans off in a centenary season. It's a fucking centenary season. Happy centenary, boys. Are you enjoying it? Joke. Absolute joke. Nobody cares in the media about Rotherham United. They just want a free pass to the game. We've seen it before. Tony Stewart's banned Paul Davis because he didn't like something he'd said. And that's what we're living under. You know, I did my little AI video with the North Korea flags in because that's what we're becoming. There's no free speech in Rotherham United. They want you to report your mate sat next to you for saying some hurting words, despite all the away end chanting about child grooming and everything every weekend. Nothing gets done because that's against us, so they don't care. We're expected to take abuse, but then we're expected to grass on his mate at side of us and get him banned. You know what I mean? Ban fans when you haven't hardly got any is a great idea. You know, it's like with Manchester United, there's waiting lists for season tickets. No, they're in. So what's the point of that? Lincoln are top of the league for a reason. They're relentless. Yeah, they deserve the win, didn't they? Evening Bush here. Dawson will be in versus Stevenage. Douglas has been a continuous embarrassment. Can't believe Tony lets him go out for interviews. Phil Smith has big plans for next year. Well, I think the problem is he was the one that were telling us that we were going to finish in the top 10. He was also telling us that Matt Hamshaw had done a good job. And this season was just down to injuries and bad luck. So good luck with him. Good luck with him. Because he will not spend money. He's another one. He's got less money than Tony Stewart. So I think we need a full sale. Tony Stewart, like I've said before, thank you for everything you've done over the years. You brought some fantastic times to us. You brought the New York Stadium to us. It's not got the atmosphere of Millmore, but still a nice stadium. You brought some memorable moments at Wembley. But you're getting old, mate, and I think you're ruining your legacy now. You are ruining it, honestly. I don't know who's advising you. But if you are generally wanting to continue as the Rotherham United chairman, you have got to come out and talk to us, speak to us, tell us what your plans are, tell us what the future of this football club is, tell us what you want to do, because you're now taking us back to where we all started in League Two, and there doesn't seem to be a plan on where we're going as a football club, and I just don't know what to say with it. Paul Dunkley, the club is a joke. Yeah, I agree. It is a joke from top to bottom. And I get the sentiment of where we can't keep sacking managers. I do understand that. Yeah. And that is correct. But you've got to get the right manager first before you can't keep sacking them. We need somebody that's proven, that's been there, that's done it. For me, I don't know who I'd go for. But yeah, I don't know. Well said, Paul. John Sullivan. The fact that the owner couldn't be asked to show up for the interview for Clark speaks volumes, by the way. Yeah, he's not done an interview for 2 years, mate. And I get it, he's had a lot of stuff going on in his private life, but if you're the custodian of the football club, it is your duty to come and speak to us. there's just nothing at the minute. Whether we're selling the club, we need to know. We need to know what the plans are of the club. I get that you can't go into certain details with disclosures and stuff, but realistically, the plan can be you can say it without fully saying it. But at the minute, the noise from the club is horrendous. I mean, all we're getting in this centenary year is the begging for people to come on and come to the charity game. Lee Clark has the balls to get the players facing the fans at the end. Didn't go down the tunnel. Yeah, respect to him for that. That's something that we was told that he would do, win, lose or draw, but obviously he didn't do that. Danny, not really blame players for much this year, but after a sellout against Lincoln, I expect a lot more work and dedication under a new manager. Yeah, and I did. I expected a lot more fight, a lot more passion than what we got. And we're lucky we didn't get another 10 past us. Really, really disappointing for me. Really disappointing. But where do we go from here? I don't actually know. The real Phil Smith says, I really thought you would win today. I don't think we were going to win. Matt Goodwin and Ledge Payne should come out and apologise for the comment today. Appalling. That's from Andy Bullen. Yeah, I agree with you, Andy Bullen. I've said the same. And again, I've paid for the commentary today to listen to them two twerps. They're another one. Like nearly all season, I've had to watch the game with no volume because we've got two plant pots talking about stuff they don't even know nothing about. Les Payne should have retired 100 years ago, and Matt Goodwin's a fucking Barnsley fan. What's he know? It's from Barnsley. Jesus Christ. I mean, God. Stuart Davis and Douglas are morons. Yeah, Billy Allman, totally agree with you, mate. Never going to get any sense out of them. And they just hate the fans. They hate us. I mean, they block this channel. That tells you all you need to know about what this football club thinks of its supporters. Because whether you like my opinions or not, yeah, we're still Rotherham fans. Bez, half of the people that are on this channel are at the game today. Travelled there, go all over watching. Tiny will be there. They just dismiss us. Blockers, don't want nothing to do with us. What? Because we actually call your bullshit out. Because we can articulate what you're doing is wrong and that you're ripping fans and supporters off left, right and centre. And some people aren't bright enough to understand they're being ripped off, they're being mugged off. PS, you're hiding behind the Players League. Can't see you. Well, I can see myself, so I don't know what's going on there. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, thank you, Dave Sandel. Don't forget to hit the like button. I'm not that good at this. Not been doing podcasts and stuff. Just did it for the fans, really, and because people asked me to do it. But yeah, please hit the like, share, and subscribe, and all that nonsense. Matt Goodwin and Les Payne proper piss me off. Every time we win, they think we're the best team in the world. Yeah, they're just weapons, mate. Like I said, Goodwin's a Barnsley fan. Also, no link for people to join. If you wanted people to join, it's on this one. Oh, okay, maybe not. I'm having a nightmare. New owners needed. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Knock off Nigel. I think we need a full sale. And for me, I don't want Phil Smith either. I actually don't want him. I'm gonna put it out there now. I don't want him. I think he's rude. I think he's arrogant. I think he'll only be on your side if you do what you want for him. Bow down to him. And yeah, that's it for me. Knockoff Nigel says warning. Results have gone against us today, except for Exeter losing at Wigan. Blackpool got a point at Cardiff. we are doomed. Yeah, agree. That's a great result for Blackpool at Cardiff today. Really good result. Rachel, Imps versus Gimps. Wasn't expecting anything special today. Clean sheet, second half possibly shows the Clarks had a go in the dressing room. Well done to the fans. Could be worse. At least the sun's out. Yeah, enjoy the sun because we're not enjoying the football. Knock off Nigel. Phil Smith is a lemon. Yeah, totally agree with you, mate. I think he's an absolute muppet, if I'm honest with you. And I don't trust him. And I think if you think Tony Stewart's tight, I'm telling you now, this guy will be even tighter. Because when you heard him talk about football, he doesn't really know anything about it. You could tell, you know, when you speak to your mates and you know they know what they're talking about. I listened to Phil Smith and I thought, fucking hell, man, this guy hasn't a Scooby of what he's talking about football. Please to God, let me hope that he doesn't take over our club. That's what I was thinking. I'm going to be honest with you. What happened to Harry Gray? Have Leeds stopped him playing? Phil Smith will have us top of League 2. Brilliant. Minan would have us top as League 2. We shouldn't even be in fucking League 2. So, and I tell you now, MK Dons on top of League 2. And we ain't going to have a budget like they've had this season. So, League 2 is a lot harder than people think. He's back in Leeds having treatment. Yeah, they haven't said he can't. I had this today as well. Oh, Dangor and Gray are not playing because they're, what is it? They've been told they're not allowed to play. Absolute nonsense. Gore, come on today, you muppet. They're injured because we can't look after players' safety. We can't look after players' welfare. That's what's going off. He's come back to the best team in the world. I think that's a Leeds fan by the sounds of it. Just bear with me. I'm going to get this stream in the link in the chat for people that are wanting to join. Just bear with me a second. I will put that in. Just bear with me. I'll get this up. Can't even find it at the minute. Here we go. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. So if anybody does want to join, including Lincoln fans, they can come on and join. So that should appear up there in a minute. That should appear up there. Should come on now. So yeah, if you do want to come into the chat, the man of the match at the minute is currently Baptiste with 60% of the vote. So hopefully he gets the man of the match. In second place is Benson with 20%. Watmore and James are both on 10%. That's still not coming into the chat. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that because that's not coming up into the chat. Let me. Yeah, it's not coming up. So unfortunately, people can't join us on this live. Remember, everyone, please like and follow and share all the other Millers you may know. Is this the one? No, that's not the one. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why that's not coming into the chat. It's a bit strange of why that's not. Bush it, it's Adam. I can't get in. Yeah, I don't know why, mate. I don't know why. Let me. I'll send you the. I don't know why people can't get in. Let me send it to it again. Don't know why it's not. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know why it's not. It's a Nightbot issue. Could be. I ain't done it through Nightbot though. I've just done it directly onto the YouTube channel. Let me just go back into YouTube, come out of it again. See if I can get it in this way. Technical difficulties in it today. There we go. So that's the stream code if you do want to join us. Took way longer than it should. But yeah, we're in there now. There you go. See? So yeah, so like I said, man of the match is still Baptiste, 57% now. So Benson is closing in. He's got 24%. Can today. He's definitely not going to get man of the match this week. I mean, I think one of the goals is down as an own goal. And I thought he shows why we need a new goalkeeper to me. I just don't think he's good enough. I've not seen anything from Can at all to suggest that we'd have him as number one next season. I think the only saving grace for Can is we've got Dawson, because he's terrible as well. So yeah, it's a difficult one. Let's just quickly let me go on to Footmob. We'll have a look at the stats from today. So stats wise, Lincoln, we had more possession, believe it or not, than Lincoln today. So 56% possession, 44 to Lincoln. But here's where it all. Expected goals for Lincoln 1.7, 0.35 for Rotherham. They had a total of 16 shots to our 5. We didn't manage a shot on target, and they had 6. They created 3 big chances. So, yeah, the table's looking bad as well. Blackpool getting a point at high flying Cardiff really affected us as well. So that was a difficult one. Do people still think we can stay up? Anybody think we can stay up? I don't know. The next few games are very important now. They are winnable games. We've got a good run of games where we can win. So does anybody think we can actually stay up? Because I still think we can. And I know people are going to say, well, how do you think that when we're playing so badly? But I think we will stay up. I think we need 4 wins potentially and a couple of draws, or maybe 1 draw, because allows it. But we can only lose 1 more game for me. So if we win 4, draw a couple, and then allows for 1 more sort of defeat, but we can't be really losing many more now in our position. I think it's very ominous now. And this is on the manager, this is on the board. This isn't to do with anything other than Matt Hamshaw and this board. The board have left it really too late for any manager to realistically have a fighting chance. But yeah, that's where we're at with it. Man of the match, still Baptiste, still leading the way. Keep getting your votes in, guys. I think we can stay up. I'm not giving it's over till it's over. Yeah, and I agree with you. I think we've all got to say it's never over till the fat lady sings. And this league is bad. So we can stay up. I believe we can stay up. Hopefully we can as well stay up. Billy Orman says we've sacked Amshaw too late. It's taken the piss. Yeah, I mean, we all know that. We all know it was too late. But I mean, I'm just thankful it's happened. But yeah, it is too late. I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, I think it is. I think it is too late. I'm going to bring John in here. Just bear with me a second, John. I'm hoping this works. Let me just move the.
You can see me. Well, you can't, but it doesn't matter.
Hang on. Let me change these cameras. I'm prepared this well today, mate.
It's all good. Just so everyone who is thinking of joining the show, you will now have to sign in with your YouTube or Facebook as a security because of what happened on a previous show. So if anyone is wanting to join, please remember that whilst joining, if that makes sense, because you'll have to log in now with your YouTube, everybody, or Facebook. Because I had absolute nightmares with it, Lee, the other night with Phil.
Yeah, I think it's because of obviously
what happened. Yeah.
If people aren't aware, we had some weird person exposing himself. Looked like Matt Amshaw with the physique, but I can't comment.
I just don't want people thinking it was me. But
no,
anyway.
it weren't you. You had a bit too much of a belly for you, John.
Yeah, I agree. But anyway,
had a bit of an hangover. So, John, thoughts on today's game?
I mean, as like I've said in the chat, I know this is going to sound. People are going to say, John, whatever, ever go. That's fine. But I think today was a bit of a free hit. He's had one session training. He's had one interview with club. He's come in. The house is on fire. He's trying his best to juggle all the plates. I think I wouldn't have expected to win today, and I know we should, as Rotherham United fans, expect wins. But I mean, they're flying. They are absolutely flying, aren't they, Lee? I think now we get everyone back off the medical reports, and then he puts his team up that he wants. That's the big thing, isn't it? Picks players he actually wants and that are fit. And we've got 8 big games, Lee. 8 very big games.
Yeah, and winnable games as well. There's some winnable games in there.
Yeah.
And like we say, he'll only have had a couple of days with the players. A lot of it's been media duties as well when he's come in. He's had
taking pictures and all that. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm confident we can still give it a fight to stay up.
I think it was one of the comments that was I can't remember who now, but I think it's not just the manager's responsibility now. The players, and I think you said it yourself, they need to give themselves a shake. We're in a relegation fight. We're not got any. You look at that team. I said it to you before on an after-match review. Where are our leaders? Where are our leaders going to stand up on that pitch and say, "Come on, lads, we can do this"? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no leaders on the pitch. That is evident. But he never signed any leaders either. Yeah. That's the problem. Currently, we've got Baptiste at 57%. John, do you think he's?
I voted Baptiste. So yeah.
Super. We've also got Bez with us, who's actually been at the game today. How you doing, Bez?
Yeah, I'm okay, thanks. Are you guys all right?
Yeah, we're good. Thoughts on the game?
Well, obviously the result is a poor result. My biggest criticism was that it was so easy for them to carve us open. First half, I felt that we looked good on the ball and we created a couple of good opportunities, but a couple of good. We got into some good positions and then made the wrong decision and lost the ball. And I felt they counter-attacked us really well, actually. And one thing about Lincoln is they pressed extremely well. That's the best pressing side I've seen at this league. And let's face it, they'd gone back to the old Lincoln. About 20 years ago, Lincoln were renowned for, being biggish, bullish, bullying teams, playing direct. That's exactly what they did. They really bullied Rotherham. They had a lot of balls into the box from set pieces, long throw, and Rotherham struggled to deal with it. So yeah, scoreline. I thought it were our scoreline. You look at each goal, and each goal was a tad unlucky. The first one, Can looks to me like he saved it onto the post and then it's hit him and gone in. So that's unlucky. The second goal was the the third goal. I'll go to the third goal. Obviously, a long throw into the box, scramble, a shot that was blocked, and it fell perfectly to their kid who to be fair to the lad, it was a good finish. And I'll be honest, I was supposed to think it second goal, but
it was deflected. It was deflected in.
Yeah. So across down the line, a crossing, and he's hit it, and it might be going in, it might be going wide, we don't know. Hits Rafferty and goes in. So all three goals I felt were really unfortunate. Now, did Rotherham do enough to win or get a point? Probably not. Second half, I'm kind of 50-50. When I came out of the game, I was thinking, you know what? Second half, I thought Rotherham did all right there. They dominated the ball. They didn't create anything, but they didn't look like conceding either. If anyone going to score a goal, it looked like Rotherham. But I've been listening to, like, on the way back, I was listening to Radio Sheffield, and Rob, I know we're not big fan of Rob Statham, but he said that Lincoln just kind of came in that second half, knew they'd won game, and just kind of stayed back. So I'm off and off whether or not I think Rotherham did well or Lincoln just kind of let the game die at 3-0. Not sure. But
I think you're right there, Fez. Yeah. I think you're right. Sorry.
Positives, and you've got to remember, it's going to take a game or two to get rid of what Amshaw's done or the previous manager's done to the team. You know, this team is still going to be, they've still got some tactical things from the previous manager. That's going to take probably a game or two before they've got rid of that. So, look, the game's done. We're never going to win here. Our season starts now. He's got 10 days or 11 days, whatever it is.
It's a break now.
Players, and it's a must-win game, that Stevenage game, which I think we can do.
Who was your man of the match, Bez?
Obviously, I heard you talking about Baptiste. I totally have to agree. It were Baptiste. He obviously playing out of position, playing in midfield. He were excellent, to be fair to him. Not only was he good defensively, but he was good on the ball, good carrying the ball into midfield. His passes were good enough as well. I probably would give it Baptiste. The one player I thought really struggled were Rafferty. I think he was probably at fault for maybe a couple of the goals. Like the first goal came down his side, and it was so easy for them to carve us open, and that way down Rafferty's side. And then the second goal did hit Rafferty and go in. Yes, he couldn't do a lot about it, but if he gets in front of his man, then the kid don't score. So I did think Rafferty struggled, and Baptiste my man at match.
What were your thoughts on Can today?
I'll let John take it first.
Labelled down as an own goal.
Yeah. I think we covered. I think we said this the other day. I would have preferred Dawson to have started, not because Can's been rubbish, by the way, but just a bit more stability, a bit of leadership. I get the second goal he can't do a lot about. It's deflected off someone's leg and gone in. First goal, very, very unlucky, and the third goal, it was a good goal. So. Can he do better? Probably. I'm an ex-goalkeeper. I'm always analysing goal. I like Can in goal. I think he's better. His distribution's better than Dawson's. But then at times I'm just thinking. Say that again. Sorry.
Keep Can next season.
No, we need two new goalkeepers. Full stop.
I agree.
Yeah,
you see,
I agree.
I would say that. So I felt like Cam was at fault for the first goal. Like, I know the kid is only 6-7 yards out and smashes it, but a good goalkeeper saves that for me. He might not hold it, but he definitely saves it. The only issue I had with Can was I felt that there were a couple of balls into the box and he flapped at it. Like there were at least two where I felt they should have scored really, where his balls were into the box and he's kind of gone for it and he's wanting a foul. We were nowhere near a foul, and luckily we've kind of scrambled it away. I agree with John. I would put Dawson. Dawson would be my goalkeeper next game.
It's really difficult choice, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? They're both as bad as each other, really, because you can't win with Dawson.
Yeah, but Dawson's just got the experience, hasn't he? And obviously Dawson's kicking's horrendous. I just feel that Dawson has had that odd game where he's kind of kept us in games. Like his shot stopping is really good. So for me, I just would rather have that in my side than Canu. again, I still think Can's not a great goalkeeper. Actually, he's had a couple of good games, but I don't think he's very good personally.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we do need to look in that area next season. I just want, obviously, John hasn't been at the game, so same as me. We heard the interviews from Les Payne and Matty Goodwin. I'm not sure if you've seen it on X.
I have. I've seen it because someone posted it in one of the groups I'm in. So are you talking about where where I don't know if it's Les Payne or Matt Goodwin, but one of them says
who they're going to blame now?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, well, I mean, look, it's a disgusting comment, really. To put all the blame on the fans. I don't know. I don't really know why he said it. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Les Payne anyway. I'd rather have Les Payne doing Paul Davis's job. Thomas Les Payne was advertiser, weren't it? So I'd rather be Les Payne, but yeah, I think that's a poor comment, really, especially when a lot of Rotherham fans will be listening to him as well. And you can see on social media, it does seem to have blown up, and a lot of fans like that Hancock, who's either a guy from Finland who does all the does all the highlights and stuff. Even he's commented, and he's as nice as they come, that lad. And he's even commented basically saying that he shouldn't be saying this, and how is it the fans' fault, blah blah blah. So yeah, very poor from Matt Goodwin, from Les Payne, sorry. But it don't change anything with regard.
Yeah, I agree with you. Roy Grant says too little, too late. Lee, hope to God I'm wrong. Before you go, Bez and John, if I just want your views on this comment. Be realistic. Where do you think the 4 wins come from? We don't look like scoring, never mind winning games.
But I think Barnsley, we can get a result at Barnsley, definitely.
I'd said definitely Barnsley, Port Vale. We've got Port Vale.
Port Vale. Port Vale's a must, but they're below us, so we have to beat them. That's a no given. Port Vale is a 3-point.
What I would say is, so I have to say, I was looking at when we appointed Lee Clark, I went through the fixtures with someone at work, and we always had Lincoln as a defeat. Everyone who's knows anything about football, as a Rotherham fan, would have had a Lincoln win. I think that Rotherham can beat Stevenage, Port Vale, Barnsley at home. I think they can beat like Luton at home. Any home game, Rotherham can win. What they need to do? What do they need now? Do they need 4-5 wins? Do they? I mean,
I would say we need 4 wins. 4 wins. How many games we got left? 9.
8 now. 8.
8 after today, yeah. And 4 of them are at home. So
4. Yeah, so 4. I think we definitely need 4 wins, maybe 2 draws.
And that'll be enough. Well, I look at league table. I'd say the two. I mean, Blackpool's just got a great point at Cardiff.
Yeah, that was great result.
Exeter, they're in deep trouble. Them Exeters. We certainly on our predictions. I think they're going down, Exeter. The problem is, it's looking more like Blackpool and that state rather than Rotherham. It looks.
Sorry, we lost a bit of sound there, Bez. I think his sound's gone.
I think so. Oh, we're having a roller coaster with Ben. That's like Rotherham United season, that topsy turvy.
All over the place.
But I do agree with him.
I mean, sorry.
Oh, there he is.
Someone keeps ringing me, and when it rings, it knocks the
it does.
speaker off. So it's an unknown number, so I don't even know who it is. So yeah,
it's Tony Stewart giving you a buzz, mate.
Probably, yeah, probably. So League, what? So obviously, I've not heard the share. I've not heard your thoughts, or yourself, John. Did you see anything in that performance where you thought, Joe, what I can see what he's trying to do, or anything positive, or not at all?
For me, the positives were I thought we held the ball better.
Yeah.
So if you have a look at the stats, we actually had more possession than Lincoln. So I thought we retained the ball a little bit better. I like the fact that Biancheri came on for 45 minutes rather than 3 minutes. But I still expected more, Bez. I think these players. I think these players have let us down. They're letting themselves down now. Not just the club. It looks like Bez has gone. I'll put it back to Tim. I think not just the fan. They're letting themselves down now. They're letting themselves down. They're letting the club down. They're letting the families down. And I think it's on the players today. They should have gone out and run through brick walls to say this is a new manager. And if they were behind Amshaw previously, they should have run through brick walls and to say, look, we are not as bad as what we think recently.
I think if we can start, a bit of confidence. If we can get a few goals, Stevenage, we can beat Barnes. I definitely think we can beat Barnes. They've lost again, haven't they, today? Port Vale's a must-win. I think Bez is completely right. Home games, completely nail it. Away, we're going to be hit or miss. But I think it's doable. And I look around us and I think, amazing result for Blackpool, a draw at Cardiff. But if the players just say to us in this next 12 days, whatever, come on, lads, give yourselves. Lee Clark can do that to these boys as well, because he did it at Birmingham and he's done it at Huddersfield. He will give them a good shake. I think we can do it and we'll be all right.
Good. You, Bez, do you think we can do it? You still confident?
It's going to be very, very difficult. Firstly, I'm more confident now than I was on Tuesday evening when we started Amshaw in charge. I unfortunately think we've left it too late. Personally, I think only like 2 or 3 games. If you'd have gone, before Bolton, if you'd have gone before the game before Bolton, I think we'd have had a better chance. I mean, you look at like a lot of teams in and around us have got new managers and have started winning. Wigan, look at Wigan, fair play to them. They're almost halfway up league now. I don't think we're going to do it now. I think Rotherham are down, I'm afraid, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is
my opinion. Yeah. What do you think, Lee?
I think we'll stay up. I still think we'll stay up.
Okay. Where do you think we're going to get wins? You, David, the 4 wins. I think we'll get.
Right, let me just look at the remaining fixtures.
Yeah.
So.
Has John gone?
I definitely think. Just trying to find where fixtures. Here we go. So we beat Stevenage the next game at home for me.
Yeah.
I think we win away at Port Vale. So back-to-back wins. I think we then beat Barnsley. So that's 3 wins on the row.
Yeah.
I think we draw at Wigan.
Okay.
I think we draw at Leyton Orient. I think we beat Luton at home. And we draw with Reading at home, and we lose at Wickham.
Do you know those games in the middle there, the Leyton Orient and Wigan, right? So both Leyton Orient and Wigan have won something like 3 in a row, or 3 out of 4, or 4 out of 5, right? And I'm hoping that when we come to play them, they're in mid-table, no danger of going down.
Yeah, because I'm thinking even that Reading game at home, if they've got nothing to play for and the mid-table away from home at Rotherham, I think we might win that.
Yeah. Well, did you say Reading? I think Reading's
at home, yeah. I think Luton's at home. I don't think Luton are very good either.
No.
I don't think there's a difficult game left.
Well, no, because even Wickham away, like I'd argue that. I mean, I know they've done well since manager's gone in there, but I'd argue that that's a winnable. All those 8 games to me are winnable. Like you've not got a Cardiff in there where you knew you're going to lose, or a Lincoln who you know you're going to lose. You've got games there. I mean, even Bolton, we've played all of the top 4, have we? In fact, we've played all the top 6 almost, apart from Reading twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's more than doable. More than doable.
It is.
I think the key now is, though, with this break, is get these players back. Don't burn them out. Just gradually get them back over the break. You know, your Bensons. What I liked with him today as well, he took Benson off and stuff like that. I think just to rest them.
He
You know
did,
what I mean? The game's gone. The game's gone. He brought Dan Goron, give him a little bit of minutes to get him back up. And by the next game against Stevenage, I think we're going to pace Stevenage. I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you a prediction here. I think we're going to beat them 4-0.
Wow. Okay. I will tell you another player I was a little bit impressed with today. Although he did lose the ball a couple of times, admittedly, but I thought altogether he were really good, and that was Kelly. I thought Kelly did all right today, me.
Yeah. I agree with you. I mean, people slag him off, but I think he's good for your first half. Play him in the first half. Get him to give you all you've got, and then bring some fresher legs on. Just going to go through some comments, Bez, because I'm getting lots of comments in. Are you all right to stay, or are you going to get off?
Yeah, I'll stay on for 5 minutes, and then I'll pop off. Is John gone, hasn't he?
Yeah, John's gone. Rachel says, international break now, just got under 2 weeks till next game. The big test starts at home against Stevenage. That's like what we've said. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Kelly Forbogs, not watched it today, listened to it on the radio. Was the performance any better? Was there more effort, endeavour? I would hope so, with a new manager in charge. I don't think we really saw more from them today. I think they've let themselves down. I'll be honest.
Would you read into, obviously, if you look at the stats, right, I think Rotherham's had 60% possession, which they never had under Amshore at all. So do you look into that stat at all, or not really?
Yeah, that's what I said to you when you said, I said the stats.
It went off, sorry.
All right, yeah. So for me, the positives of today is that we retained the ball better. We had more possession. And the fact that Iggy and carries some extra minutes as well to keep trying into
agreed.
Into the team. And I think that is a good thing, because what you got to remember, we're playing Lincoln. They're the most informed team in the league. They're on fire at the minute. They've got a sellout crowd.
Yeah.
Lovely, beautiful, sunny day. They're all up for it. We beat them 3-0, so they wanted revenge for that as well. So today we're always going to be difficult. And I personally think they should have sacked Matt Amshore after this game. I don't think it was fair to give the manager this game. Because after this, you've got the break, and then you've got a good real run. I know he's getting with the players a little bit longer, but for me, I think because we've lost that game, you don't know what's gone off in the dressing room after. Has he laid into some of them? And it could start off on bad terms with a heavy defeat, which were probably always going to happen. So that's my thoughts on it. I think Amshore deserved this spanking today as well, after the 5-0, because be truthful, this is Matt Amshore's team. Yeah, you can't blame anybody else other than sort of Matt Amshore for this debacle this season. No, it wasn't about winning today, John. It was there a better performance? No, there were better held of the ball, I would say. JB says, not a prayer of avoiding relegation. The players have been overhyped. They're either not good enough, injury prone, or have a weak mentality. There's one player worth having, and that's it, Dan Gore. That's from JB. I disagree with that, but the results don't lie. I mean, we're third bottom for a reason, so the players haven't done themselves justice. But for me, Powell got in team of the year. He's got some of the best assists in the league. You got Sam Nombe, who any top team in this league would take. You've got Harry Gray, who even Sheffield United are looking at trying to get him. So there's enough quality in there. That's what I would say. Yeah, they can't stay fit and the mentality, but I think the mentality has been coming from the manager, and I think a change in mentality, we'll see. Stevenage is the big one. If they come out against Stevenage and same rinse and repeat happens, then it's it. We're done. If we don't beat Stevenage, they're the teams you've got to win at home. And if we don't beat them and we just get a draw or something along them lines, I think, yeah, we're down. I agree. Big Dog, agree with Bez. Rafferty is struggling. Missed Denzel Hall so much. Again, to say they are running away with the league didn't seem anything special, unlike Wrexham and Birmingham last year.
Well, yeah, I'd say that Cardiff were a lot better than Lincoln. As I said, Lincoln, I felt that they worked very hard, pressed very well, but they were quite physical. And I do think that if they take that up to the Championship, I think they'd struggle. I think that
they're going to struggle anyway in the Championship. Finances dictate that.
Yeah, of course.
And that style of play we've seen before. For me, that is a very Rotherham United-like team. I think Lincoln today reminded me of us under Paul Warren.
Paul Warren, yeah, agreed, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but we know it doesn't work in the Championship. No. You can do that all day in League One.
Just on that, Matt Armshaw was apparently watching rugby today, Rotherham Titans.
Was there?
Yeah, I've got a photo. Someone sent me a photo, yeah, of him at the Titans game, yeah.
Bloody hell. Sky Sports app showed Hammy as manager when the lineups were announced. If the club have the balls, they should not let them comment on the game again. Yeah, I agree with you. Shelley, any of the injured players close to being back? Spence, McWilliams, Gray, etc. I think Gray is. I don't think he's a million miles away, but weren't fit for today. Barnsley, Leighton, Port Vale, 3 must win. Barnsley, Leighton, Orient, Port Vale, 3 must win. Them either Stevenage or Wickham or Luton, I think. Yeah. No, I think we can still stay up. We've got to keep the faith, honestly. Got to keep the faith. Don't realise until I saw the starting lineup today how bare we are. Injuries are worse than I thought, especially in midfield. John, how are you? John's gone now. Generally forgot the 3-0 loss today. He's gone 2 weeks now to fix broken tactics, etc., which I think is quite capable of doing up the Millers. Yeah, and that's a great one from Waddy03.
Yeah,
and I agree with that. We are going down, not a decent defender at the club.
What I would say about that
question I'd ask you. Bets, a quick one. Would you be tempted into the free agent market? Because we can still sign a free agent centre-back like Tyler Blackett still there. I know that just for this running of games for a experienced centre-back.
I would be tempted. I'd like to see who there is first before, saying or commenting. What I would say, 2 things on the defence. So today, I don't know if you noticed, we started in the back 4, conceded 3, went to back 3 and conceded none. So I guarantee he'll start with back 3 against Stevenage, definitely. I don't think it's necessarily the quality of the defender. I've said this before. If you get the right manager who knows how to organise the defence right, you could have the worst three centre halves you've ever seen. And if they're organised and all they do is head it and kick it, they'll be successful and they'll keep clean sheets. So I don't think it's anything to do with the player's ability. I think it's the manager, because obviously Hampshire had no idea when it came to how to defend. Richard Wood should be that person, but obviously he's not doing it. If Lee Clark can bring over these next 2 weeks a defensive structure to that team, we will start keeping clean sheets. Mark my words.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks for having me, and nice to see you, Bez. That's from John Sullivan.
Cheers, John.
And yeah, Bez, I really do appreciate you jumping on.
Yeah, I'll go off now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you get off because obviously I know you've got to travel home. But thank you for coming on, Bez.
No worries. See you later, lads. See you, Tom.
See you later. Tom, how you doing, mate?
Hello, mate. I just thought I'd jump on for a couple of minutes. But I'm glad I've seen that you've had John and Bez on with you tonight. I just basically wanted to say that I agree with you, mate. The season starts now. We've got, is it 13 days until our next game?
Yeah.
This is Good Friday. None of this. Get yourselves off for a break, lads. You're in the training ground Monday. You're in the training ground all next week and the week after. We're going to talk about shape. We're going to talk about tactics. We're going to get players back fit. And Stevenage is a must-win. Today was a given, Lee. Obviously, I'm always going to be trying to be optimistic, and I did back us to win 2-1, but I
got a bit excited. I think I said 1-1, but
yeah. I mean, hearing their fans today, mate. I mean, they're a team that are literally 2 wins away from promotion, so they're well up for it. And in hindsight, it was a bit foolish of me to think that we could beat them. So but yeah, the season starts Good Friday, and we need to beat Stevenage. Plain and simple, and we've got 13 days to prepare for that game.
Did you see anything in today's performance that gives you some optimism, or do you think the players kind of let themselves down again?
I think we'd have seen more if we weren't playing Lincoln. That's basically what I'm going to say. Did I see anything? Look, we drew the second half. I know I hate that term. We drew the second half, but they obviously sat off thinking, right, 3-0, happy days, we'll leave it at that. And they sort of, But listen, we need bodies back, and we need them. No, have a week off, lads. None of that sort of crap, right? You are here now, and we're going to work to save this club. There's 42 days left of this season. We're going to squeeze everything we can out of these players, right, to try and stay up. And I agree with you, Lee. I think we need to win 4 and draw a couple. So, yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. But your man of the match before I let you go, Tom?
I voted Jamal Baptiste, mate.
Yeah. So he's
and I think that's where he's going to be. I think he's going to be deploy him there from now on. To be honest, go on, Viola, get yourself in. Hello. She's kicking a football about, bless her. So yeah, Baptiste. I think he's going to deploy him there, and it's good that we've got somebody who can play there. But we just need Gray back. We need bodies in the building, mate. And I know this is what Hammershaw's been saying the whole time, but I haven't trust his tactics at any point in this season. I think Clark's been given an absolute shit show by the previous management and coaching staff and the board. But listen, it's not about the board anymore. It's not about the players that we've got, because that's who we've got and we're stuck with it. But we've got to try and get the very best out of this lot until the end of the season. Try and stay up. Still not going to say Clark will be the man for the job if we stay up, because we should stay up. It's not even a conversation we should even be having, Lee, mate. So listen, 13 days to the next game. No time off. Maybe a recovery day here and there, but let's get working. Let's get on that training pitch. Let's get some bodies back. Let's think of some new ideas, fresh ideas, and see where we go from there. And also, Matt Goodwin, the Barnsley supporter. Yeah. Have we got a Barnsley fan as our lead commentator? What the hell is that about?
Yeah.
And
he needs to be sacked. I'm going to go after him this week. I'm going after him.
Do you know the only reason that Sam Todd does it is because Goodwin goes and watches Barnsley games when he can't do it. So
yeah.
It's just, and he's in charge of match day experience at the New York Stadium. Goodwin, the match day experience is he must be on Barnsley fan.
He's on a sabotage effect, him.
Yeah, I mean, he was a producer on the film The Barnsley Story when they're in the Premier League. I mean, come on, I know. Let's employ a commentator for our club's commentator. Who do you support, mate? Barnsley. Right, get out. Do you know what I mean? So
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mad.
Crazy.
It's mad. Why is he not Barnsley's lead commentator?
Not good
do you
enough.
know what I mean?
Not good enough.
So,
Everyone want him. Even Barnsley don't want him. We don't want him. Get out of the club, Matt Goodwin. You muppet.
Yeah.
You crap.
Exactly.
Fucking nonsense. Get off.
But yeah. But yeah, that was my thoughts, Lee. I just thought I'd keep my run up. I've been on every show this week. I'll come on for a few minutes. And tomorrow it's the rating slate with myself and
So if you don't know, I don't know where you've been living on planet Zog.
Yeah.
Tom, star of Radio Sheffield now, will put Rob Staten in his place.
Yeah.
This show will be on Sunday, 8 o'clock, and you can talk about anything football. So if you've been to this game today, if you're a Lincoln fan, you can come on and speak to Tom as well. If you're a Rotherham fan, you can come on. Or if you're a fan of Derby, Leeds, Manchester, whoever, come on.
We'll have a chat
to Tom about your match day experience. Thanks for joining in us again, Tom.
Cheers, Lee. Thanks, mate. Top man. Good lad.
So there we are. There we are. Hadders says, I hate how lethargic we are. There's no urgency to the tackle or anything. Nobody leaves it all out on the pitch. Hopefully Clark gets them onside in the break. And I agree with Hadders 8-3 on that. I hope the same. The only issue we've got is we haven't got any of them type of players within the whole squad. We need a sort of somebody that's going to really get stuck in for a few players. Probably the only player that is like that slightly is Dan Gore. But yeah, it's a difficult one because we haven't got them. Was Biancheri any good? This is the longest we've seen him. What was your thoughts? Didn't really get into the game, mate. Very difficult because obviously we're getting battered when he come on 3-0. So we drew the second half, as Tom said. So I think the test will be when he gets a bit of time against a team where we're attacking a bit more. When are we going to do something about this ownership, Owen Clark? Yeah, totally agree, mate. I think personally, as fans, we've got to stick together and do some kind of protest against it. It's not something that I'd really want to lead because there's too much controversy around me with fans. So I won't want to jeopardize it for fans that do organize something. But I think somebody does need to organize something. And we would support it, but I don't think we want to be leading it because obviously we get a lot of stick as it is. Clark, I've only had an hour with the team. I've learned some things already about their character. Brilliant. That's a great point. Yeah, Yambia. I think he's learning that there's no character in this team. That's the problem. And for me, I would pick characters and people with drive and ambition. I just say, listen, I'll play the kids, over you guys. If you're not going to put work for me, if you don't think you can win a football match, I'm just going to play the kids. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to put up with it. I'm not going to put up with this garbage that you've been doing recently. So yeah, I agree. I think he will have learned something from that today. Club is run by dinosaurs. Tony Stewart, Douglas, Les Payne, old boys with not one ounce of football knowledge, and that's from Hadders 83. And I can't disagree with that, Hadders, to be honest with you. That's the problem. That's been the problem all along. So when Phil Smith came in, I was like, oh God, not again. Somebody else that hasn't got a clue about football. Get a director of football in that actually knows about the game, that actually can see that Matt Amshaw's tactics are awful, that can see that we've got no spine of a team anymore, that we've got no leaders on the pitch anymore, that we haven't got a proper captain, we haven't got a proper midfield that gets stuck in and gives 100% for the badge. We haven't got that, yeah? We need somebody that can see that other than the fans. The fans can see it. These Muppets can't, yeah? They just hide behind, oh, it's injuries, it's this, it's that, it's this. No, you if it's injuries, that's still your fault. You invest in nothing and then expect, oh, hang on, we haven't got a physiotherapist. We're paying minimum wage to somebody, staff, sports scientist, minimum wage. Nonsense. That's where you've got to invest the money. Then this shit won't happen. It's not rocket science. But these dinosaurs don't understand it. Oh, why are all these players injured? Oh, I don't know. Probably because they're taking ice baths in wheelie bins. Muppets, honestly. Generally forgot the 3-0 loss. Yeah, I think I've read that one out. Clark, nothing has changed in my mind. I still believe we can do it. That's good, positive from the manager. That's what I want to hear. It's not defenders we need. We have no midfielders. Plus, we need to go for it in the last 8 games, mate. You can't win football games when you're conceding 3 and 5. So we do need defenders, and we need them to defend better than they're defending. We're conceding a hell of a lot of goals. The midfield is weak, but we've got the players in midfield when they're all fully fit. Even when everybody's fully fit, I don't think the defence is still very good. Rotherham do have a defender who can kick it in Harrison Duncan. Yeah, but he's injured and he's a young kid. And I wouldn't really call him a leader, but I think he is. For me, Harrison Duncan should never. I think he should never be left out, but we'll see. Don't forget, Clark has literally had 1 to 2 seasons. I definitely saw an improvement, just mistakes like normal. Do you think having no real wingers has hindered us? Yeah, I agree with that. I do like wingers. I've always liked wingers at Rotherham. So, yeah, I think it has hindered us. I heard Harry Gray has gone back to Leeds. Don't know if it's true or not. Yeah, he has gone back to Leeds, but it's only for his recovery. They're trying to get him fit so he can play. And obviously, as everybody's aware, ours isn't very good, our recovery at our club. Bushy rolling up in the £180 Paul Smith show. You're broke. Yeah, broke, mate. I can only afford Paul Smith tonight. Bushy, why isn't Ronnie Moore our director of football? His knowledge of football is invaluable. What do you think? I'd love Ronnie Moore, Gary, as director of football. I think he would be a good choice. And obviously, he has already said on an interview, despite him having cancer, he would have took the manager's job. So I think he would take it, but I don't think they would give it him. We missed Rathbone 100%, but even lads like Jamie Lindsay would do a job. Someone to get stuck in and kick the opposition in the air. Yeah, totally agree with you on that one. I think that's all the comments. If I have missed your comment, I do apologise. But I have tried to read out everybody's comments. We do get a lot of comments on an aftermatch, so I do always try and read them out because I do appreciate everybody who takes time out to send us a message on here. The current man of the match is Jamal Baptiste. So he's won the man of the match, 58% of the vote. So most of you are in agreement that Jamal Baptiste was man of the match today. Bricktop says that's why we need someone like Jerry Gow in the middle, take no prisoners, take the game by the scruff of neck. 8 cup finals now to stay up. Totally agree. Jerry Gow would be fantastic in that midfield. Or a Tony Grealish, Stuart Talbot, anyone like that really would work in that midfield. We just need somebody that can do that job. And for me, what pains me so much is obviously we've got Richard Wood in the background, but we need somebody like that at the back that's going to head everything. You're confident when a ball goes into the box that our defender's going to head it, get an head on it, and you just don't believe anymore that our defenders are going to do that. So that's where we've got to start winning the ball now. If next season Lee doesn't extend his contract, I generally would take Ronnie for manager. Okay, he said he would take it, so it's not that outlandish, but it's a long time since Ronnie managed, so I don't know. But in League Two, if we were in League Two, it could be an option. McWilliams has a bit about him if he's fit. Just need to see it more often. Yeah, I agree with that as well. I think he can get stuck in, but is Ronnie well enough to take it? So he did an interview actually, Shelley, on Radio Sheffield, saying that yeah, he's got cancer, but he's fit as a butcher's dog, and he would definitely take on the challenge of he would have, but he was never asked. But he did say he would definitely come and manage Rotherham if he was offered it. So there you go. That's from Ronnie himself. Brave man. So that's about the end of the show, to be fair. Thank you again for watching. We've got over, not as big a numbers as what we've been having recently, but 839 in the live chat. So I do appreciate that. Thank you for watching. Sorry, it was a bit of a mismatch today. We had a few technical difficulties getting the links in the chat and whatnot. So, yeah. Bricktop says, give Ronnie the director of football. Yeah, somebody said that earlier as well. I think it is a good shout. Somebody like Ronnie Moore, Neil Warnock, I would personally, Neil Warnock would be my guy if you could get him as director of football. But if you can't get Neil Warnock, I would go for a Ronnie Moore. Or even, I do like how Kevin Watson speaks about football. He's been on Sky, he's been a pundit. And another one that's a bit out there, but who's on Sky a lot, is Scott Minto, who's also played for us before. I do think he speaks really well. So he's another guy that I would look at for director of football. But will this club do it? Dinosaurs, don't think they will. Because in their eyes, they've done nothing wrong this season. It's just been injuries, and the fans have been moaning. That's all it's been. Real Smith Sif, great show, Lee. Again, well done. Thank you, the real Phil Smith. And if it is the real Phil Smith, have the balls to come on and speak to some real football people that know what your records have been and have listened to your interviews and would destroy you if you came on live, because I would tell you exactly what you told fans that was going to finish top 10, that it was all injuries, and Matt, I'm sure, was doing a fantastic job. We would tell you about yourself, sunshine. So I wouldn't ask you what your favourite pie is, mate, unfortunately. Fans always talk truth, though, Lee. Surely you'd listen eventually. Yeah, I mean, we are the paying public. You are the paying public. You're the ones that will be there when everybody's gone from the football club. You're the ones that matter. And if they want your money, they've got to listen to you. Yeah, you're the customer. It's like, you know, you're buying the product off them. Yeah. And then people will jump in, oh, you don't go to games. Well, I do go to games, but I haven't been to the game today, but I've paid for it on iPlayer. So the money's gone into the football club. So my money's still going into the football club. Some of these people that say I don't go have said they've listened to it on the radio today or listened to it on Sky Sports. You know what I mean? They haven't paid for the iPlayer to listen to it. So, you know what I mean? Swings and roundabouts. Only disadvantage we've got is most teams we're playing will be fating to get into the playoffs. Stevenage, Luton, Reading and Wickham in with a chance of grabbing the last playoff spot. True, but it depends when we play them. I know Stevenage is up next, but Stevenage, listen, they're not a very good team. Yeah, don't worry about that. We'll beat them. And I'm telling you 4-0. They're not a good team, Wickham. So thank you for everybody that's been in the chats again. Really do appreciate it. Please hit a like as well. If you are watching, let us know that you do like it. Not enough people hit the like. I don't know what it means. I don't even know what it does. But if you can hit the like, please hit the like. If you don't like me, I think there's a dislike. Just dislike it. Whatever. I don't care. And then please... also, if you didn't read your comment out or you're watching this back, because I know a lot of people do, if they're at work, they watch it back, put a comment in. We'll always respond to you in the comments after anyway. So we don't just forget about it. As soon as any comments come, we do reply to all the comments. We'll be back again tomorrow for Tom's Sunday roast. So he will be rating and slating them. So if you've been to the Rotherham game today and you want to discuss it with Tom, please feel free to give that show a call at 8 o'clock. And as always, up the Millers, I want to say thank you. I want to say, hopefully, if you're watching this and you're driving back from Lincoln, have a safe trip back. And you fans were brilliant today as well. I will say that. I think that backing to say where we are is unbelievable. So well done to you guys. And up the Millers. Hopefully we can, when we come next on a live after match, we'll be talking about a victory over Stevenage and how Clark has turned it around for us. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Anyway, up the Millers.